What's up, YouTube fams? Dark Angel's Journey. I'm Shakira. So, I figured I'd do a quick video as I go through the next about 30 days, 30 to 90 days, testing out ICT's son's um method. And I'm gonna tell you this, it is liquid gold, y'all. I mean, there are so many setups that form throughout the day. It's absolutely on point. But anyway, let's get tiny. I started track it on my real paper last Tuesday. So you'll see, I'll show you the trades. I guess get tiny. All right, so first things first. Let me show you the history. So from 926, 10K, I'm using one mini, not micro, mini for this. And so far, so good. I'm about 1150. I mean, it's not bad, for trading Tuesday, Wednesday, um, is it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then one attempt on Friday, and then today. I could have taken more trades, but I told myself we're gonna take the one, and we're gonna be happy, and uh, just watch it for the rest of the day. So let's take a look at the potential trades that I could have taken. I've just been kind of tracking them throughout the day. And let's take a quick look at this one right here that I took, and I was out before 10 o'clock. So let's go to the 5 minutes. This is that's the 11 o'clock like setup that I was considering, but this is the one that I took just before 10 o'clock, and I was just aiming for this low right here. So basically, I was waiting for we had a drop low, lower low, traded through. We had a breaker here, but per um, ICT Suns, let me just hit the replay button right here, and we'll just go over there. Just get to the 1 minute. So it's already at the 1 minute. Yeah. So this is a secondary entry I was testing out, but this is the actual one. Sorry, I must have deleted it. But once we went up and this candle formed, I dropped down to the 32nd and I just waited, right? So my entry was here. Shorts, I just waited for this. And the other thing that's really nice too, okay, I didn't go that far. I got like 70 something on this rundown like that with like a stop above there. And then I was wondering about this because I no longer like taking anything that hasn't had like a stop run attached to it. So my entry for this guy was at 14,939. I got it at 14,925. It dropped on so fast. So yeah, there's my entry. 14,939. 939. And I got out at 914.25. 952. Oh, you know what? I'm mixing. Well, that was an option. 939. Oh, I think I was using this instead. This might be it. Yeah, sorry. I was right. I didn't mess it up. And then 914. I got out at 914. Right about there. It's like this low, sorry. Not that one. This one. Let's aim for that. So that was my morning trade. This was, I don't think, this is at 9:45. I wasn't really watching that one. But once it dropped and gave me this SIBI that it was hanging out with. I was okay with that because we'd already broken down and we can take any fair value gap after the first one to continue on down. So that was nice. And then I didn't take anything else, and then it went back up. And then I was looking again. So I was waiting for it to take out another high, and I was thinking about another low to see how it's gonna run. I didn't take this, I only took this one. But I waited for it to go up here. So on the 1 minute, waited for a 1 minute candle to form. Then I jumped down to the 30-second and looked for a low. Close by, relatively close by. I could have also aimed for this low because they obviously came and, well, they got equal to it. They didn't quite take it. But I'm in low-hanging fruit mode, y'all. Let's be honest, low-hanging fruit. So from here, I was thinking, cool. Let's get something here and target that low, and that would have been beautiful as well. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Because look at this, right? Low taken. They never came back and gave us an opportunity for an entry here. But, you could have gone for this high. I don't even know how many ticks that is. But I mean, this small run was like 24.75 handles. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Yeah, I was right at 99. 99, like right that. That's what I got. It's on a 30-second. I'm no longer afraid of using the 30-second for an entry. And then I was very much waiting for a run. Since I'm on here, let's go to the 15-minute. So I was very much waiting for a run above these two equal highs. So that happened after lunch, and then we had this wick right here. So let's take a look at this puppy. Never made it up to the halfway point of that wick. Beautiful, like I see had a space this weekend, 2.5 hours, a little bit more of beautiful deliciousness to learn. And it never made it up to halfway point. Then it dropped like a beautiful stone. So my other thought now was I've been waiting literally. Sorry, we're going back to 5 minutes. Been waiting all day. If I'm being honest, like this is the draw for me, right? That's what I was waiting for. But they don't seem to want to get down there. They even take out, well, that's they took out the London high right there. Let me see. Yeah, the London high. So once they took that out, I was like, all right, cool. I was just going to wait for a 1 minute candle. And this is another reason why it's so amazing what he's shared with his son. Because, hold on, it's literally put me in a position where I don't take trades unless I see the exact thing. Like, look at this, right? I was waiting 30 seconds. Look at this. In my mind, right? For this one, it was a volume imbalance that formed. So I set it right there and I set my stop at 48 ticks. And I was just like, you know what? I'm okay. I can just take this out, right? Take this low out. And look at that. Beautiful. Right there. Done. That have been 206 ticks. I mean, on a mini contract, that's more than enough. That's over $1,000 risking 240. Not bad. But if I were to aim for actually what would have been made sense, that's the other part of this process that is super important to me, right? So on a 15-minute, like if I was following the process, like I would just been aiming for these relatively equal lows down here, like super obvious draw. Beautiful. There's a fair value gap in here. We had an opening range thing. Lots of draws down here. Lots of draws. So I would have been okay with whatever came out of this at the end of that. If I'm being completely honest with you. But again, low-hanging fruit. Get in, get out. But think about it. If I just aimed for that, That's 527 ticks. You know, let me grab my calculator here. Look at that. 2635. Right? Are we serious right now? That's I don't even know how many ticks that is. Let's go figure it out. So it's, if you go to the calculator, it's 527 divided by 4. That's 131.75 handles of a move right there. And what I'm starting to realize is, once they take out the higher level draws, they're gonna go for like your 15-minute or 1 hour levels, right? Let's see. Was that also like a 1 hour when they came down? It was a low here, yeah. But it made more sense on the 15-minute equal lows. Of course. Beautiful. So, I mean, honestly, it's like I've got myself a new lease on life. It's so crazy. All right, so I have actually three other options on here. I did not take any more trades except for the first one. Delete that. Delete that. Gets cleaned up for tomorrow. All right. But the other part of this is to review and see what your actual draw, if that would have worked. So, like in the morning here, 9 o'clock, I was waiting for them to do one of two things. I wanted them to take this low out. They took this one out instead, and then they ran away. Now, I'm gonna go to the 1 minute here just for funsies and see if they would have given us any opportunities to get up in here. So first green candle, I'd have to go to a 30-second. Let's see. Is this the right one? Yeah. All right, cool. Let's look at the 30 seconds on this, right? So the first fair value gap that forms. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Here you go. The second one, boom. That's the one you could have taken the entry for and then aimed for the 15 minutes. So the entry would have been from here with a stop like so. Nice. And then you could have been aiming for the top of this thing, the top of that thing. I mean, look at it. Look at it. On a 15-minute, it's crazy. I can delete this now. I don't need that one. Oh, that's from last week. Ha. They clean up more often. We had all of this fun stuff for them to hold on to. Could have been aiming for the top of this thing right there to dig into this. Maybe the midpoint, maybe 0.25 of it, or yeah, etc. Or just, I don't know, go crazy. Aim for the top of this thing. You would have gotten it. 680 ticks. I mean, I'm still new, so I'm cool with aiming for the top of this guy. Smooth edges need to be made jagged. Boom. Nice. Anyway, I can't tell you how amazing I find this to be right now. This is like the most consistent I've been in a long time. All right, I had two other options in here because there's so many showing up, right? Let's drop to a 1 minute. So for this one, actually, let's go to this one. Right. So for this one, I wasn't as sure. Because sometimes I like the drop, the the liquidity to be taken to be a lot more significant, and these guys were pretty much relatively equal. So I didn't really like it. So I was just curious to see if it would behave itself here. So we're looking for first green candle, then 30 seconds, and aiming for 15 to 20 handles. You know, like me, I'm looking mainly for 20 handles if I can get away with it. There's enough in a row there. So let's look at this guy. Did we have what we needed? Yes, yes, yes. I remember now. This one had the small volume imbalance right there. So my placement was at the top of the volume imbalance, as you can see. and the stop was just below, which was only 38 ticks. And then I was just looking for them to roll up on the volume imbalance right here, the SIBI, sorry, not volume imbalance, the sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency right there. And that would have netted me 183 ticks. And if we were to take like let's see, this, let's set the right one. See, like, yeah, where I was considering heading up into. Don't think that's the right measurement there. Let's go up to 1 minute. Let's go back. So these are trades I'm no longer interested in taking because I don't trust the setup. You know, I'm gonna basically just be going for these high grade trades. Oops, not what I wanted. But the concept is very, very sound. It's very, very sound. Man, these bugs out here are out of control. I'm trying to tell you. Out of control. There's this wick to contend with, like the midpoint of it. So, yeah. I don't think I really aimed too tight on that one. I was just throwing it up there. I'm like, let's see, maybe the 0.75, which I think is almost that. But anyway, that would have worked out, but I wouldn't have taken that. This one here is what I would have wanted, but never gave me any kind of, I wouldn't have taken it because I'm trying to build discipline, but it never gave the opportunity for an entry. Not here, not here, only until here. And I wasn't really willing to, we had this low to take out. And we'd gone too far down to that for me to care too deep about that. Now this one was sort of interesting because I was more instead of it being like the exact model, look at the flow. You know, we're in a buy program right here, heading all the way up. So I was more interested in this smaller sweep right here. Let's zoom in on that puppy, right? So there was this small sweep right here, and then this green candle. So if we drop down to the 30-second, there was dun 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 a fair value gap that formed right here, and that boom would have been the entry there for a beautiful run. And I'm looking at like them leaving this area. So I was looking at a 0.2, a 1, because we're at the midnight opening price. There's no reason why they shouldn't take that. And then we had this low. So lots of places to take profits. 192 ticks on a single mini. I mean, 960, not bad, right? It's beautiful. Anyway, these are the types of setups that I am now most interested in taking because they are quite lucrative. And I gotta give, I mean, I'm already an ICT convert, but this is even better. Like, it's so simple, it's ridiculous. And I didn't really have to worry about any kind of bias, in all truth. Like, I just hung out, waited to see where they were going. And we're currently, but it's 5 minutes. We're currently hanging out in a range, you know, in a range. And I think there was news today, right? There was something at 10 o'clock, manufacturing, and then Powell was talking at 11. So, and another dude at 11. So I don't really want to get too crazy, just take what I can get and be happy with that. But if you really, these bugs, man, these bugs are out here trying to eat a sister. But the afternoon, once it took this and it started to go up and it was hanging out above the halfway point of this, then I just knew they were trying to head up they hadn't taken this out. I was like, all right, we going up for something. Dig into this. Anyway, so let's 20 minutes. All right, let's do a little back testing. Let's get a clean slate here. Let's go to our let's go over here. And we're just gonna play with this for a little bit. Continuous contract. So not today. Let's remove all of that. Look at that. So we took that out. Ooh, looks like we're trying to roll up a little bit. There's a volume imbalance here. High, higher high traded through, and we have this mixed in, a low mixed in with a volume imbalance. And is there one on the weekly for that? No, we just have this BISI on the weekly. Well, neither here nor there. Let's back up. The only annoying thing is I gotta make sure that whatever day I pick, let's see if I can get into a 30-second, let's see if we can get down to a 30-second chart for this day. Yeah, we can. Perfect. So I'm just going to use, so what day is this? This is the last Tuesday. And where's the AM session? We're just going to Monday, 9 o'clock. Okay. All right. So what do we have here? This looks like this is Monday AM session low. So we have some sell side here. We also have a 1 hour low right here. And we have that 8 a.m. high. What is this? And it looks like all of London's already been, it's 4 a.m. Higher than that. Yeah, London's high has already been taken. The low has been taken. So it's just, actually, no, sorry. The London low is here. So 2 areas of interest. There. It's like right there. And then this is the PM session high from the previous day. So that's buy side right up there. And we have this SIBI on the 1 hour to contend with. I am going to note it mainly because I want to note the 0.7 of it. I don't know if I will even take the same trades I took last week. Haha, Tuesday. Don't know. Let's see. Okay, and we also have this wick right here. We've already subsumed that one, so the midpoint of this wick would also be a nice place to aim for. Just gonna note it for this. Let's see how they behave around it too. CE of 1 hour wick. Let's make that black and let's just get a dotted line. All right, cool. And then one last thing, I want to see where they get stopped here. So I'm going to borrow that. Seriously, mosquitoes trying to bite me out here? Rude. So it's going to be CE of 1 hour. busy. And that's going to be red because that's just what we're using. And let's take those off and add. Okay. Let's note the 0.25 and turning them into these quadrants is open my eyes to so many areas of to aim for. All right, so look at this. Took this out. Didn't make. I'm gonna take that out, and looks like we got rejected almost at the midpoint of this wick here too. So let's see. All right, so it's 8 a.m. Let's drop down to a 15-minute, and let's see what happens. 9 o'clock, 9:30. Okay, big push below both of these. So we just took out a nice area here. I'm gonna wait for this. So we took some stuff out. We have that. I'm gonna drop down to a 30-second chart and see if we get anything juicy. Nothing. All right, it's looking like it wants to continue down, if I'm being honest. Okay, so we're just waiting for, and please don't give away the game. Please don't give away, I hate when they do that. Okay, so I'm looking for where it's trying to go. Okay. So this is Friday's AM low. Okay. So looks like, all right, so it looks like we're continuing on down. Wait for that to get taken. So in my mind, okay, so green candle, let's go up to 30 seconds. All right, let's see if they give us anything for long, maybe. All right, there we go. Let's get a 48 tick, something like that. And I'm just gonna aim for what's juicy. Can we get up here? So far, I've been trying to get about, let's see if we can get up to there. It's a little above that high right there. So let's see if we come back down to give me something. So it made a second fair value gap right there. So I'm going to buy right there and adjust my thoughts that way and see if that works. Could have waited. Okay, mini pause there. Back on. Let's see if this works for us. Per ICT's thing, we should just be aiming for about, let's say 20. Let's see if we get up there. Now, I'm also testing right now how well the second fair value gap works, because the general idea is for the first one to be the one. So if it comes back down here, I'm going to add one more contract and we'll use this as a fulcrum point. Let's see where we can go. All right, let's see if we can get up all the way up there. Let's see. Oh, look at that. These things are great. I'm not gonna lie. They are awesome and look beautiful. Flatten. So then that would have been an easy 550 for me. based on me using the first fair value gap and then aiming for, relatively easy, because if I go up to, 5 minute, I would just aim for like, oh, look, there's a volume imbalance right there. So perfect. Beautiful. Just aim for something juicy. And this would be a nice place right here. We had a 0.2 up there. So I don't know. Does it get up there? Yeah, it does. Woo! He says a lot about, about two standard deviations about where they like to turn around. Jeez, look at this. Isn't that crazy? That's beautiful. So that would have been a 242 run. Actually, nope, sorry. The second fair value gap on the 30 seconds is where we entered because we follow the process. You can enter on any fair value gap that forms on this thing and either aim for the volume imbalance that hangs out in 5 minutes. There's a lot of accumulation right here, so it's going to be hard to get through it. Got through this, and then you'd have to be okay with them sweeping that, then continuing on up. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And now all of that before 11 o'clock. So now, and the thing is, just have to wait until a significant high or low has been taken and it makes some kind of sense as to where it's going, right? So that would have been me right there. Beautiful, quick run. 10 o'clock. So, and then they turned around and hung out. So 1 o'clock now. Let's go down to 15 minutes. And what are we doing? So we took this, and actually let's go back up to 1 hour. What other lows do we have to hang out with? We had this low right here, which was, looks like an afternoon, a PM low. All right, so they took that out. They hovered. Now I don't like hovering, right? So if they hover and they don't take something, in my mind, I'm waiting since they didn't take it, I'm waiting for them to come up, take something out, and then give me an opportunity. So let's look at this on the 1 minute, right? Waiting, waiting, waiting. Took these out. I was waiting for this one. I mean, this one's nice. These two, shallow. Let's do a 30 seconds and see what opportunities it gave us, right? Because per the rules, right, once it takes out a bit of liquidity, right, this one, so I did it here. And okay, so let's roll the dice back here, right? So we went up, we've taken this out, got a wick right here. My preference would be for this to go, right? But we have a down candle. 30 seconds. Does it give us a fair value gap? It does. So what would have happened if we'd entered short right there, right there? That's pretty close. And then aim for that low, right? Go back down. Okay, so would have hung out for like about 33, whatever, but it wouldn't have worked super well for us, right? So in my mind, the next real, it's coming down as far as I'm concerned. It takes out this high right here, it's continuing up. So my mind is like looking at this short-term high right here, this relatively smooth area right there. So I wanted to take that out, right? So let's go up to the 1 minute. Just wait. Just gotta wait. Everything just requires waiting. All right, so let's go up there. Waiting. All right, we dipped above it there. Okay, so now we have a down candles, drop to the 30 seconds. And wow, look at that. There is a fair value gap right there. All right, so I don't like shallow runs for things. So I probably, if I'm being honest with you, wouldn't take this one. Let's see. But so on the 1 minute, this is what that looks like. We took that out. But per the rules, what am I doing? Let's go up here. 30 seconds, right? So now per the rules, we've taken this out. Right there. So we took that out. A fair value gap. If we come up, okay. Didn't come back up to that one. We have this one. Let's see. Do we get... Let's zoom in on this. So I feel like I just missed it. Oh my goodness. Hold on. What's the high of this? Let's get that out of the way. What's the high of that? 14,765.50. 14,765. It hit it 3 times, y'all. 4 times. That wouldn't have triggered me, and I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay, so that was accumulation. Here's another one. If it comes back up, I get one more shot at it, and then I would be able to sell right there. Remember what I said about shallow runs, right? So I would flatten there, be knocked out. Let's wait for it to come back up here and take it out properly, right? There we go. Let's wait for it to get up there properly. And now let's try this one. Let's go. So I lost that. That's okay. Nothing. Okay. Okay, tiny fair value gap right here. We've taken two jabs at it. I'm gonna do my 48 ticks up there, and we going down there. All right. Let's see. You're not gonna win everything. Okay. All right. No fair value gap there. We're on a 30-second. Up there. All right. So sell in that general vicinity. All right. And now we just gotta, if we follow the model, then we would just wait for 80 ticks or something like that. I like watching it on the 30-second. So once it's left this low for me, this one, and now this one, be tracking my stop loss like right above here. Let's just put that there. Oof, I would have been stopped out right there. Dang. Ooh. Probably should have left it above the buy side liquidity, or just left it alone altogether. Yeah, let that run through. Okay, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. All right, so now that's done. Let's move the stop right above this guy. All right, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. All right, so if I was being what I've been doing, which is grabbing like the low-hanging fruit lows right there, I would take that and go on about my business. Now, if I do, I'm gonna do this, that low, then one would be right there. Sell side I'm looking for. They left it. All right, I'm gonna be cheap. I'm gonna be cheap because I'm still learning. Let's do that. All right. Whoa. Look at that. That's mean. So that low, this low, that low, they stopped about 100 right there. Okay, so was my thing wrong? This one, that one standard from there. That high, that low. Trying to see how this would have been a thing. I mean, not flatten because that's just stupid, but that's obviously a nice juicy candle to head back up. They've taken out all of this juiciness right here. That would have been a nice long too. That took out all of this, and now they're probably heading back up for maybe that. It's like a 15 minute. But you get the gist of it, right? There's this nice low-hanging fruit high. Okay. And now a fair value gap. There's a wick right here too, so things to consider. What time is it? Yeah, so this would have been like a lunchtime run. Huh. So if I just, because I've just been aiming for lows and not even bothering to test it out, and that would have been fine. Okay. All right, so now I still think they're going to go down. So what do we want? We got to go up to go down? All right. And we have this shift right here. There's another low, lower low, traded through. This is technically a breaker, which I haven't been trading for the last week, if I'm being honest with you. So the other thing that I can think of, right, just drop down to 1 minute here, is we got into the breaker, we took a bunch of stuff out. Here is a fair value gap, and we dropped to a 30-second. If we were to go long, I don't know if it would be even worth it. But here's this fair value gap right there to go up to that, maybe the CE of the 1 hour, whatever, and do something like that. Will they give us an opportunity for an entry from that? I'm just using the second one. Let's see. We have another breaker here. 1, 2. Something to consider. Curious. So we have another breaker here. Maybe if it comes on to tap it. Take that out to go up. Like that. All right. Do we get the entry that we want? The one down here. Let's see. All right, so let's buy there. Let's stop under there and let's see if we get anything juicy. Looks like we're just gonna, well, the higher time frame breaker top would have been a better entry. So let's say I trust it and let's try for one more. And it came down to this first one. So relatively easy for me to get stopped out here. Let's zoom in here. So I'm supposed to be doing a 48 tick stop from the entry. Sorry. So far, I have not been stopped out, but I'd be right there. All right, so flatten. I'd be like dying under the weight of this. So I'm just not as comfy with the breakers right now. Let's see. Let's take a look at the 5 minute. So my original desire was for them to come and take this out because that's what they were reaching for, and they never quite made it to it. The one that's all the way over here. This PM low. Like that's what I think the draw is. I mean, they obviously get there. So what should I have done? And I must be tired now, I think. I think I should just stop. All right, so let's take that off. So we're bearish. They've come up here. We've taken all of this out. All right. So once we took all of this out, then waiting for a fair value gap. That's out. Okay, so it would have been this one right here. So if we take the short and look, and I'm finding that the most optimal trades have the nice tight stops. You know what I'm saying? They have the nice tight stops. So if we cheat a little bit, and we go back here and we sell one with this 20 tick stop, I mean, even just aiming for this low right here. It's on a 1 minute. Let's go. And at this point, as we like roll through areas of like once we leave this, like my like stop loss is right about there. My stop is gonna be if we've passed like at once. I'm gonna just all right, yeah. So I'm probably just gonna hang it out there. What do we have here? 24. Once we leave this area with some gusto after this and we take out this low, then I'll move my stop to here and so on and so forth. And taking out this low is 150. All right, so that's been taken out. I can do that. All right. Because part of the thing I'm trying to learn here, we've taken out this low, which would have been enough for me to get out right there. You know what? Let's flatten. I'm good. But I'm expecting them to go all the way down here. But that's a wick that they took out. And look at that beautiful run down there. So still need to work on my ability to recognize, to sit in the trade. So let's do that again just for funsies, right? Let's do that again one more time. Let's get to our 30 seconds. So we waited. So on the 1 minute or the 5 minutes, a high needed to have been taken. So if you're waiting, and this is a short-term high, right? Intermediate term high right here. So that was buy side. All right, so wait for that to get taken. Because if this one didn't give it to you, then you just got to wait. They're going for that. Wait for it, and wait for it to do it properly. Not a wick, do it properly, right? And then once it gets up there, we wait for the first down candle, then drop to a 30-second thing, right? Nothing, nothing, nothing. There's tiniest thing right there. So I would just sell, the next thing that comes up, whatever, forget it, bam. All right. So once we're in there, like Flynn, we're just going to wait for all of this. And let's see how we can manage it, right? Let's drop to a 1 minute for this. All right, so we have all of this. We needed to take this out with gusto right there. No dawdling. All right, so we took it out right there. So my stop at this point is at break even. A little bit better than break even. But well, we're trying to get down here. Now, if I use this as a fulcrum point, right? Let's see. Something like that, right? So the half point's there. So if I were to be a little crazy, I could aim for that. So let's see. Do we get that? All right. All right, so we've taken that out. My stop's above that. Honestly, with that taken out, I'm probably not even going to try and like have them roll back on me, but so I would just move my stop once it leaves there to right above this candle and then see what happens. I don't like that, so flatten and I'll take that. That's one thing. How long did that take? From entry 1316 to 1350. Was that 34 minutes? 24 minutes to make 1200, 1245? Man, you can't beat that. But if you have a narrative in mind, like look, you know they're coming here. They haven't taken it out. That's liquid gold I'm finding. And he's right about the moves being a lot more exciting when that happens. So now they've taken this out, right? We have an up close candle. I don't know if it's going very far, but it's been dropping quite nicely. So look at that. On the 32nd, 41 ticks. Me? I keep it simple. I just go for that. They're probably gonna just take it. Look at that. It's already gone. When they give you no opportunity to get in there, in my mind, it says that they're probably just gonna continue on further down, but I don't know for sure. You know? Like this way they came back down to this the second fair value gap. So let's see. Second fair value gap. Do we at least take that high out? Let's see. So we're going to take some stuff out. So did they give us something to go long here? This is where we would have wanted to go long. And relatively equal highs all the way up there. Let's see. But it's been dropping, so I don't know. That looks like we would have been stopped out right there. Yep. So it's good to have the narrative. And like once it gets there, just stop. It's like when I took my thing today, I just stopped. He's right. Like just take time, take stock, relax yourself, come back later, see where they're reaching for again. See if you get another nice setup like that. It's very cool. Anyway, I'd meant this to only be about a 30 minute video, so it's about to get dark up in here. So let's call it quits for now. You guys have a beautiful evening, and I hope your journey is going well. I am feeling very good about my journey right now, and everything that I've learned has been culminating to this moment where I just feel more confident about the trades and less stressed. Because, I definitely had moments of stress, like serious stress, like my chest was tight all the time. I would just be like, ah. So I'm excited for next year when I get started. But for now, like I said, I'm taking the whole year. I'm not necessarily back testing as much. So when I have time, um, and I can record my live trades, I'll do that. Um, but otherwise, I'll backtest on the weekends when I get time. In any case, be safe. Hope your journey's going well, and don't give up. All right, don't, because we can do anything. All right, fam. Shakira out.